PSY292. Study Session 7. Training Approaches and Process. Introduction. This study session will expose you to the approaches and process of training in organizations. In the process, you will examine the steps involved in arranging training in an organization. When you have studied this session, you should be able to 1. Present ways in which training can be provided in an organization. 2. Outline the basic consequences of events in training process. Approaches to training. There are two major approaches to training. 1. Off-the-job training, and 2. On-the-job. Off-the-job training. Usually, this involves taking employees away from their duty post to another setting, where they interact with invited experts who teach new skills and keep them informed about their jobs. Training centers established by organizations outside their immediate locations serve the purpose of the off-job training. Off-the-job training also encompasses sending employees out for qualification-bearing courses in universities, lectures, and workshops. Off-the-job training has the advantage of increased concentration by trainees and a high potential for learning since it is devoid of workplace distractions. Disadvantages of this approach include excessive cost and loss of man-hour while training lasts. On-the-job training. This involves teaching skills and impacting knowledge as employees carry out their day-to-day job activities. Unlike the off-the-job training, employees within the organization usually serve as trainers. On-the-job training has the advantage of reduced training costs and training by individuals with practical experience of the job and organization. Disadvantages of this approach include disruption work activity and work hazard. A typical example of an on-the-job training technique is mentoring. Mentoring is a grooming relationship that involves a mentor and a protege. Proteges are the younger and less experienced partner in the relationship, while mentors are frequently older and more practiced compared to their proteges. The relationship can be formal or informal. While informal mentoring develops spontaneously, formal mentoring relationships are formed through a planned matching of mentors and proteges by organizations. Mentoring is embraced because of its many benefits to employees and their organizations. These benefits include 1. It affords employees a clear understanding of their roles. 2. It allows employees to make productive use of their knowledge. 3. It ensures the transfer of skills, which mentees can apply in diverse professional circumstances, thereby ensuring career success, career growth, salary increases, and promotions. 4. It helps to create a pool of well-groomed members of staff in an organization's succession pipeline. 5. It fosters a network of good interactions that enhance satisfaction with work activity, foster peace and harmony among employees in an organization. However, mentoring is not all bed of roses. It is associated with a number of problems. These are mutual exploitation, interpersonal conflict, and real or imagined sexual entanglement. Mentors' reputation may be hurt by frequent sponsorship of prestige. It can encourage favoritism and the displacement of mentor by prestige may spark off crisis. The training process. The training process involves 6 sequences of events. These are 1. Identification of training needs. Training is necessarily provided to address shortfalls in employee skills and update job-relevant knowledge. A training needs assessment makes it possible for this purpose to be achieved. Needs assessment can be done at the level of the organization, individual, task, or workforce. 2. Identification of trainees and training objectives. Employees who will benefit most from the training are identified and organized for the training. Further, the objective of the training program is spelled out. 3. Design of training content. The issues, topics, and substance of the training are determined. This is done within the context of identified training needs and training objectives. 4. Determination of training method or trainer. A suitable training method and trainers that will ensure the attainment of training objective are chosen. 5. Implementation of training. This stage involves putting training plan into action. It is an equally important part of the training process. Training cannot be effective if it is well thought out but poorly executed. 6. Evaluation of training. Training is effective if the desired change in employee work behavior is achieved. An assessment of training outcome, especially within the context of stated training objectives, gives an indication of the effectiveness of a training program. Evaluation of training helps to identify lapses that can be targeted for correction in future training exercise. Study session summary. In this study session, 2 approaches to training were identified. These are off-the-job and on-the-job training approaches. Off-the-job training involves taking employees away from their duty post to another setting where they interact with content. On-the-job training involves teaching skills and impacting knowledge as employees carry out. On-the-job training involves teaching skills and impacting knowledge as employees carry out their day-to-day job activities. You also learned that a typical training process involves 6 events. These are identification of training needs, identification of trainees and training objectives, design of training content, determination of training method or trainer, implementation of training, and evaluation of training. End of study session 7. Thank you for listening.